Okay guys, back with another quick live stream here because I want to start prototyping as soon as possible for this machine. It's very important to start prototyping because you need to change stuff all the time. You design something, then you prototype it, and stuff that doesn't fit, you have to change your design. You don't see that before you start prototyping. And I want to order aluminum as soon as possible. And let's take a look at the design. So I did draft something. Let's take a look. Here you can see the Valkyrie. And I'm gonna talk also about the bed system, the sea lift. I did some interesting design choices here, which I want to talk about, and also we can have a look at the frame size. What you see now is the enclosure. So and if we take a look closer, we can see that the rail, or rather the carrier on the rail, is coming out of the enclosure. This means we cannot utilize 2020 profiles for this build, or we could, but if we do, we need some spacers for the enclosure. So the panels comes a little bit out of about 5 mm out from the profile. I think if we hide this guy, let's hide this. Let's hide the panels. So if we measure here from the outside to the profile, we have 3.5 mm. And we of course need a little bit more, so we need at least like 5. I think a 5 mm spacer for the panels. Or we could change the profiles. We could go with 2040s, or we could go with 3030s. Let's see, I think these are 27 mm in total. If we measure the carrier, yeah, they are 27. So if we go with 30 profiles, it should be enough. The thing is that my supplier, Maker Supplies, they do not carry 3030 profiles. So if we should go with 3030 profiles, we need to choose another supplier. Also, suppliers is something we should talk about. William says 3030. I kind of agree. It's just a shame that my supplier doesn't carry them. And but we can take a look at Rattrig, because Rattrig is using 3030s for their V-core. So I think 3030 is a good option, and they're not actually, the price is not bad, but I have to buy them from Rattrig or someone else. Do you have a supplier for 3030s? I would like to know. Because of course this is important to have the sourcing to be easy for everyone, so we can get the hardware and the components we need without like going all over the world. So yeah, 3030s. Let me see if we can find these profiles. Yeah, here we go. Here we have the 3030s. So as you can see here, yeah. And if we take a look at the price, if we look at say 500, like 4 euros, that's not bad at all. That's actually a very good price. These can also be found at RS Components. They're a little bit more expensive, not too bad. So RS Components does have these profiles. Also, very good supplier. Yeah, so we need to decide for supplier and also for profiles. First of all, for profiles. Let's take a look at what other options we have if we go to Maker Supplies. If you take a look at, let me see. Let's find the profiles. Here we go. Yeah. So 2020s is not a good option for us. We could go 2040s like the BLV MGN Cube uses. Then we would have to place another 2020 on the side here to get a 2040. And then we can place the MGN rail on the inner profile. So that's also quite a good option, and for me it's very nice to be able to use Maker Supplies, but yeah, we can always buy from Ratrig as well. I would like your input on this to see what you prefer, 2040s or 3030s, so please write the comment in the comment section, and if you don't subscribe, please do that as well. And let's take a look also at the frame the outer size of this frame. So I want to design this for a 300 by 300 build area. The Z-axis I'm not decided, but at least we need to look at X and Y. And I want to have a travel at 300 in both directions for the base model, and then we can do it scalable. We can have it bigger and smaller, of course. And what I did is I made everything parametric in this design. So if I want to change my frame now, let's see, if I want to change the X, the size of the X, I can go now it's 400 outside frame size. So let's do 450. Then everything will update. So now you can see it's wider. I don't know if you saw that, but I can do undo, and then I can do redo. Then you see the frame updates. Also, another thing that updates are the C carriers. So if I go back, you see the C carriers changes. So they apply to the new frame size. Also, the bed is a little bit bigger. It's 330 by 330, this bed. We need some extra size on the bed to be able to fit our balls for the kinematic coupling. These are probably not the balls I'm gonna go with in the final design, but it's what I had in my CAD system at the moment. So yeah, I can also change those. I can change the size. So if we go into the parameters, I can choose to change the ball size to, let's say, 8mm. Let's have a look and see what happens. This is 8. You'll see that these guys moves because the size of this ball should now be 8. This ball doesn't update though, because they are fixed. As you can see, let me go back. You see they get narrower. So I'm using 5mm bearing shafts here for the ball to glide on. It should be a nice option. The design of these X carriers are not final. It's just something to start with. They might be a little bit simpler, or I don't know. I'm not sure how big our frame needs to be, because we don't want it to be too big, but also we want some space inside here, because there are gonna be some restrictions when we apply idlers, the x-axis and everything. We need some space inside to be able to travel 300. So we might need to have 450 in the x direction, and for the y I'm not sure. We can leave it like this for now. Also on the underside here I want to place, of course, a panel to apply the all the AC I want on the underside. As we discussed in the last video, we would like to have all the AC stuff on the underside, and then we can have the DC stuff on the back here. Also, a nice thing with 30 profiles is that we get some more space for the DC stuff here, so we don't have to build. Yeah, maybe 30mm is enough for the DC stuff. I'm not sure. We might need some more. Might need some more space on the back here. I'm not sure, but yeah, that is something we can figure out as we go. I can start placing components on the underside and also on the back, like the controller and whatnot. You can place on the back here, and of course the power supply and the solid state relay we want on the underside. We can have a look also at how I designed these C carriers, because they are all aligned to what's called the Maxwell criterion for kinematic couplings. So let's have a look at this one. So this is what decides the Maxwell criteria. In what lines should the carriers, or like the couplings, they apply to this line, and this line. So if I have a look at my carrier, you can see that it aligns with this guy. Also the B carrier aligns with this line, and this is very important. And of course the last carrier aligns just straight here. It will always be straight. But if I now go and change, if I change, yeah, let's just change the build size maybe. Let's see if we can change the build size. If I go for 350 on the X, let's see what happens. Maybe this is not parametric, I'm not sure. 350. Yeah, it changed. So as you can see here, if you change the build size, also this Maxwell criterion will change, and the C carriers will follow. Let's just go back to 300 by 300. Yeah. And also again changing the frame. Let's go to 500 on the X. I think the carriers will be very long with 500, yeah, as you can see here. So this is 450, this is 500. But this is very good to have all parametric. We can change just the parameters, and everything in the design will follow, which is great, of course. So if you want a smaller build volume, we can change that just by selecting and changing the parameters. We don't have to do anything with the design. So what do you think about these carriers? They should be okay, I think. let me go back to 450. Let me go back to 450 for the X. 450 like that. I'm gonna take a look in the chat to see if you guys are here. Yeah. So Thomas also wants 3030s. LDO motors. Yeah, sure, we can do LDO, but I did see VZ Bot was doing some motor testing, and he tested the E3D 0.9 steppers, and they came out very good. We can also go for servos, or we can go with the O-drive system. It's kind of a servo system, but I'm not sure that's what I want, like for the initial build. Maybe we can do that later on and move to O-drive. If you go to O-drive systems, Google O-drive, you will see what I'm talking about. Okay. Yeah. So this is what I have so far, but so what I said in the start of the vlog is that we need to decide for the frame size, and I understand that many of you want 3030s, and I kind of agree. It's just a shame that Maker Supplies doesn't carry them, but then we will have to buy them from either I think Rattrig is the best option actually. They are in Portugal. We could go to AliExpress as well. I did check AliExpress for these kind of profiles, but they were actually more expensive, the ones I found. So let me just start ordering these guys. Change my design to 3030s. Actually, that should also be parametric, but it's not at the moment. It could be if I open this guy. Let's see how that works. Yeah, I just need to find that one. Find this one. Let's have a look at this guy. Should be able to change this. We do need some parameters though. Let's have a look and see. I think I made some parameters for this guy. Frame size, frame profile. Yeah, frame profile 20. So let's make this 30. And then I go into my drawing or my sketch, and I just find my parameter, frame profile. And same over here. Then this one will always be updated. The thing is that the drawing is a little bit different, so it will not fit. Yeah, I need to figure this out. I'm not gonna use time on that now, because there's some different stuff going on here. So I will not stay for long. I would just like to check in with you guys, and so I can order the frames, and so it's 2040s or 3030s. But I will see when I check out of here. I will look for comments down below on the video and see what most of you would like to have. But I mean, I am also leaning towards 3030s. So, and then I will be back with another vlog when the 3030s are updated and we got everything right size. So we can make the order and start prototyping. We should be able to. I don't know how quickly Rattrig can deliver, but it shouldn't be too long. Maybe a week or something. and I'll just have to see if I have the funds to buy those at this time, or they might be later. If you want to chip in, you can do that on Buy Me a Coffee or on Patreon. Okay, so that's what I wanted to talk about. It's not really, don't need to stay here anymore. But so if you have any questions, you can see that's not, it's not so many here at the moment. I just started this yeah, without giving notice, so I know many of you don't see I'm live, but you can watch the video later and also give a feedback on that. Okay, guys. There's some security guy in the chat. I don't know if you see the security guy in the chat. Yeah, whatever. Not important. We're not doing anything wrong, I think. Yeah. Okay. That's about it. You have any comments to the C carriers, to the Maxwell coupling, or something else? So I would like to have a dry box here for the filament. I don't know if we are going to go multi-extruder or not, but anyway, it would be nice to have place for at least 2 rolls of filament inside here. Or maybe even just one bigger one, like a 3 kilo or something. What do you think? Should we have place for a 3 kilo inside here? Or should we go dual extrusion, multi-extrusion? What would you like to see? Also, we'd like to have maybe heated for the filament. Is that something you would like to see also? Yeah. Give me a comment down below, guys. This was just a quick one to decide for the frame profiles, so we can start prototyping. And I'll leave it at that, and I'll see you guys later.